No funny intro today. If you don't like Mastodon, fuck off. This was an incredibly difficult list for me to put together because Mastodon are without a shadow of a doubt in my top 5 bands of all time for me. I love this band, I absolutely adore Mastodon. I could have easily just done Leviathan or Blood Mountain, thereas, yes, or Crack the Sky indeed. I think you get the point of where I'm going with this, where I'm blithering on like a twat. Like a twait, a twait or twat. Twait or twat or twat. I've got a lot to say about these songs, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Now, there's going to be a couple of songs on here that I'm sure will be obvious to some, and there'll probably be some that confuse, amaze, scintillate. Probably not. Number 10. At number 10, we have The Sparrow from 2011's The Hunter. The much misunderstood and underappreciated The Hunter. There are some real hidden gems on this album. The song itself actually features very few lyrics. Pursue happiness with fuck's sake, how hard can it be to say 4 fucking words? Pursue happiness, fuck off. Pursue happiness with diligence. Fucking hell. Oh my god, have I been bitten again? Damn nature, you scary! This is a beautiful and heartfelt song. Starts out with shimmering clean guitars, real beautiful intro. Bronze drums slowly go into it. As I said, we've got the vocals, which are just pursue happiness with diligence, repeated over and over again. We get this Black Sabbath tinged riff that comes in partway through the song, and a beautiful bluesy lead from Brent Hinds. Surely one of the best lead guitarists to emerge in many, many years. As they were writing the album, the wife of the band's accountant passed away from stomach cancer, and by all accounts her motto was pursue happiness diligently. So they changed it around for the purpose of the song, and that's what you have. I genuinely thought someone was behind me then. Fucking hell. An incredibly beautiful song, inspired by tragic circumstances, as is quite often the case. I have been bitten again, motherfucker. Dirty bastards. Number 9! In at number 9, Capillary and Crest from 2006 Blood Mountain. Blood Mountain is without a shadow of a doubt one of their best albums. A concept album of epic proportions. I fully intend to do a video about Blood Mountain. In fact, I fully intend to do a video about all the Mastodon albums because they're so in depth. There's so much to them. So I'll get into the story of that in another video. But Capillary and Crest. One of the things I've always loved about Mastodon since the first time I heard them was the sheer level of musicianship, and this song really highlights that. Some of the time signatures on this, some of the riffing, the drums, the bass, everything is just absolutely on point. Such great musicianship. Bron Daler holds everything together behind the kit with his unprecedented drumming skills. Truly one of the best out there. Troy bridges the gap between guitar and drums effortlessly, and the guitar playing is just immense. You've got Bill Kelleher with his Hetfieldian right hand, his precision riffing, so on point, mixed with Brent's more laid back but none more impressive chicken picking style of guitar that's completely unique to him. Absolutely phenomenal song. I'm not even going to pretend to know what the lyrics mean. Is a capillary not a blood vessel? Do we not know? A capillary, a capillary, capillary. It's a bunch of blood and stuff. It's a shattered wave, cosmogenic cycles, universal dream, the unseen essence. Energies refreshed, 12 years of silence, frivolous to moments, shake the hand of lightning. What the fuck? Amazing song. Number 8, In at number 8, being That Which Goes Before 9. Steam Breather from last year's The Emperor of Sand, that being 2017, depending on when you're watching this. You might be watching this in the future, which is quite crazy because I just made this now. This is another one whose lyrics I don't profess to understand, but the chorus on this is so goddamn infectious. The lyrics sort of conjure up this imagery of our protagonist roaming the desert, possibly under the influence of some sort of hallucinogenic, some hippie fluid, questioning things about themselves, like some sort of ayahuasca trip. Isn't that what all the hipsters are doing now? Back in my day, it was called life. Shit. Running outside the Nazca Lines, you know, I see you all in white, hoping you'll grow the fruitful vine and the rain to give us life. Violence born within my mind, I know it always takes its time, climbing inside the cosmic eye and forgive the enemy. Educational moment! The Nazca Lines themselves are huge geoglyphs located in the Nazca Desert in Peru, with more than likely spiritual or astrological meanings. And like I said, the chorus is just so goddamn infectious, I don't get tired of listening to it, even though it only came out last year, so I mean, I've not had that time to get tired of it, but you get what I'm saying. I wonder who I am. Reflections offer nothing. I wonder where I stand. Here, I'm afraid of myself. Number 7. For number 7, Crack the Sky. From the album Crack the Sky, 2009. Such a weighty concept album, this one. This was the album where they really changed things, lyrically at least, in a much more personal level. I think pretty much every album they've done since this, they've really injected a huge amount of their own personal lives. Phenomenal album. This is a very dark and personal song. Bron Daler, his sister Skye, who the name is after, spelt S-K-Y-E, after the Isle of Skye in Scotland. I think that's where they maybe they went there on holiday and as they were kids or something. She very tragically committed suicide when she was just 14 years old. Bron actually said in an interview her name was Skye, so Crack the Sky means a lot of different things. For me personally, it means the moment of being told you lost someone dear to you. That moment is enough to crack the sky. This one features Scott Kelly from Neurosis, who's joined the band on pretty much most of their albums to this point. He's considered kind of like the 5th member of the band, who delivers such a passionate performance. He said in an interview how having known Bron for years, he knew what this song was about and he knew what Bron had gone through. So he really wanted to deliver a first-class performance, which he absolutely does. And so does Troy Sanders. They share vocal duties on this one, Troy and Scott Kelly. Absolutely passionately sung. The instrumentation is fantastic. This real haunting opening sort of chicken pick line from Brent Hines, who also had a lot to do with the inspiration of this album as well. I'll get to that one in one of the songs later on. But there are some truly heart-wrenching lyrics on this one. Mama, don't let them take her. Don't let them take her down. At least alone. Please tell Lucifer he can't have this one. Her spirit's too strong. And then, I can see the pain. It's written all over your face. I can see the pain. You can make it all go away. Just an absolutely heart-wrenching song when you understand what the inspiration for it was. A lot of progressive music can seem quite soulless in many ways. It can seem like, wanky instrumentation for the sake of it. Mastodon aren't one of those bands. The amount of emotional depth they can get into a song is just absolutely stunning. And one of the reasons I just love this band so much. Number 6! In at 6, Circle of Sasquatch. Woohoo! Fucking love this song. Such a great groove to this one. This was from 2006's Blood Mountain. And the Sasquatch in question is something the band came up with, combining the Cyclops and the Sasquatch, these folklore legends, combining the two. This one opens up with a hammer-on and slide riff from Bill Kelleher, before Bron fires in with the drums and some pretty impressive bass work from Troy. I love the groove on this. There's such a growl to this song. This song is one of the ones that really complements that combination of Brent and Troy swapping vocals, going from one to the other. Such an impressive performance by both of them. Bron hadn't joined in yet. That would be on the next album, Crack the Sky, but Yeah, Brent and Troy were the pretty much the vocalists at this point. Circle of Sasquatch is one of the many encounters that our protagonist faces along his journey of the Blood Mountain. I think the Sasquatch is basically almost like the keeper of Blood Mountain. Seems to be there to help our protagonist. And the vocals that kick in for the final part of the song, for this huge, heavy, sludgy culmination of the song. There's these vocals that are done in a kind of almost like robotic voice, and that's the Sasquatch actually predicting the future. I think Cyclops could predict the future. I think that might be part of the myth. It might not be, I might just have made that up. Eyes all around you, enter the labyrinth. Visions of the hunted, beware the birchman. That last bit referring to Colony of Birchmen, which would appear 2 tracks later on in the album. Blood Mountain is one of those ones like riffs per square inch. I can't think of many albums that beat Blood Mountain. Phenomenal story, such epic storytellers. Check this one out if you haven't already. Why the fuck not? Number 5! Next up, March of the Fire Ants from 2002's Remission. Kind of an obvious one, this one. This has been a live favourite ever since. I think this was actually the song that really broke the band. I seem to remember there was an interview where they said literally as soon as they played the riff, that opening riff to March of the Fire Ants for the first time live, the crowd just went off. The response to it was just phenomenal. That drop A tuning, that riff. Another one, I'm not even going to go there with the lyrics. Such a huge song. That melodic guitar that comes in midway through the song lets you know exactly what Mastodon are about. This song contains a lot of those really key ingredients to a Mastodon song. Heavy, sludgy riffs, that amazing rolling drums from Bron, harsh vocals, real heavy song with moments of beauty. Just phenomenal song. Number 4. Next up, The Czar. Again from Crack the Sky, 2009. This one might take me a while to get through this one. I mentioned earlier about Bron Daly's sister tragically killing herself being the inspiration behind this album, or a lot of it. Another huge inspiration was Brent Hinds. At the 2007 VMA Music Awards, after partying with the likes of Dave Grohl, etc., and whiskey drinking contests, he ended up in an altercation. Basically ended up getting hospitalised and had a brain hemorrhage. I'm pretty sure he was in a coma for a couple of days, but he suffered intense vertigo for a good 8 months following the incident, and he was pretty much he really had to change a lot of the ways he lived his life, really. One of the major concepts behind the album is a paraplegic child who obviously has no way of moving. So they find a way of doing this by learning how to astral project, and that is how they leave their body and travel and journey. And much like the Icarus myth in Greek legend, I think there's something along the silver cord. I think that's what Gojira's studio is named after. You have the silver cord, which is the connection of the spirit to the body. So when you astral project, you're held by a silver cord, and the child gets lost. I may have to refer to my notes. So while he's lost out in space, he gets sucked into a wormhole. He gets sucked into a spirit realm, and the spirits tell him that he's not really dead. So they send him to a Russian cult, because that's what you do when your spirit's floating out in nowhere. They find out his problem, and they say, yeah, well, you know, don't worry, we'll sort it. We'll sort it for you. You're all right. We got your back, man. We got your back. So what they do, they put his soul into Rasputin's body, because why the fuck wouldn't you? Who else comes up with stories like this? Seriously, tell me one other band who comes out with ideas as good as this. They don't fucking exist. That's why Mastodon are fucking awesome. Anyway, so Rasputin's body, that's where the Czar, that's where this song takes over. That's this portion of the story. Rasputin goes to usurp the Czar, and he is murdered. The 2 souls fly out of Rasputin's body through the crack in the sky, and Rasputin is the wise man that is trying to lead the child home to his body, because his parents have discovered him by now and think that he is dead. Rasputin needs to get him back into his body before it's too late, but they end up running into the devil along the way, and the devil tries to steal their souls and bring them down. Whew, fuck yes. Beat that. This, more than any song on the album, has that real progressive, that real prog rock tinge to it. It's even divided into 4 parts. Usurper, Escape, Martyr and Spiral. Starts out with these really spaced out keyboards before Brent comes in with his 12 string, shortly followed by the rest of the band. Brent starts things off with Usurper. Don't stay, run away, he has ordered assassination. Don't stay, run away, the henchmen are gathered and waiting. Don't stay, run away, your role as usurper is found out. Don't stay, run away, Zarina has warned of the danger. Fuck. 4 minutes in, we get this great metal riff before Troy takes over. By the light of the moon, you must escape into the deep black of the night. Fight the devil inside. Enemies poison deep within my second sight. Wasting valuable time. You fucks. Don't fuck with Troy Sanders. There's a bit more of an instrumental section which covers Martyr before we go into the final part, Spiral. Spiraling up through a crack in the sky, leaving material world behind. I see your face in constellations. The martyr is ending his life for mine. Whoo! Yeah, this song covers hard rock, metal, prog, elements of funk in some of the bass lines in particular, and just such a goddamn amazing story. Stunning track, stunning album. Number 3. Number 3 is Black Tongue from 2011's The Hunter. I just loved this song from the moment I heard it, and all these years later I still never get tired of listening to it. I love that opening riff, bronze drums, that riff, some good lead work in here, and Troy Sanders' impressive vocals. He's one of those really underappreciated vocalists in metal. He just seems to get better with age. Every album he gets better. Emperor and Sandy sounded amazing on, and he sounds particularly great on this. I love the way he delivers the lines. You can run to the sea, you can run to the forest, you can hide, but you'll never escape. How metal is that? It's also worth mentioning that this song's actually written about a parrot. How metal is that? Yeah, I found an interview with Bron Daler. That's a song about a parrot. They have black tongues. I don't know if you're familiar. You know, looking in that fucking mirror all day playing with that bell, it just gets to you. If you could fly in and get someone to put you in a cage, you're not going to be happy. It's a big badass riff. Troy puts his vocals over the top of it and he just kills it. Bill and I wrote the music for that one, and that's just a really powerful song. Another great song from the Hunter album. Great stuff. Number 2. At number 2 we have Hearts Alive from 2004's Leviathan album. First album of theirs I ever heard, like everyone else. I remember there was this big hoo-ha, if you will, in the metal press at the time about this band Mastodon and this must-hear album called Leviathan. I went out and bought the album, and I wasn't immediately blown away. It took me a while to digest, as a lot of Mastodon albums do. But there were 2 songs. What's the other one? That immediately stood out to me, and Hearts Alive was one of them. 13 minutes 40 seconds long, but it doesn't feel like it at all. It goes, it's such a joy. It takes you on a real trip. Starts out with this instrumentation that's very reminiscent of Metallica's early instrumental works. Call of Cthulhu especially kind of reminds me of. For those of you who aren't aware, Leviathan, the album, is a concept album that was based on Herman Melville's Moby Dick. Great clean guitar starts out here before this awesome riff kicks in at about 2 minutes, really lurching the song up before Troy Sanders' vocals, who oh no, Brent's in on this one as well. This song highlights the final battle in the book, basically. Moby Dick rams the boat that they're on, what's it called, the Pequod. Basically, Ahab is unsuccessful in capturing Moby Dick, who rams the boat and sinks the ship, damning Ahab and all the crew, all except for Ishmael, who is the sole survivor of the wreckage. There's so many great instrumental pieces, some phenomenal lead work from Brent. Bron, getting a bit fucking windy here. Bron does an amazing job behind the kit as well. Taken down with Hearts Alive, our hearts alive. Lurking dark underground, descend to the bottom, swim below eternally into the deep blue sea. That's the fate of the majority of the crew. But as I said, Ishmael is our sole survivor. Ocean coil, water boils, he swims to the surface. This is just one of those songs that truly spelled out to me how great this band was. Just such epic storytelling through music. This whole album is just, It really is visual. It's just one of those albums you can picture everything as you're listening to it. It tells a story. Now, before I get to my number one pick, some honourable mentions, methinks. Spectralite from The Hunter, great song. Another one with Scott Kelly. The Wolf is Loose, Crystal Skull. Blade Catcher, Sleeping Giant, Colony of Birchmen, This Mortal Soil. Blood Mountain, fuck man, what an album. Elephant Man, Joseph Merrick, Pendulous Skin, The Elephant Man Trilogy. Fucking amazing stuff. I will be doing a video purely about those three songs, the Elephant Man Trilogy, that will be coming out. Thank you, Mr. One Singularity, for your suggestion there. I do not forget these things. Iron Tusk, Shadows That Move, We Built This Come Death. So many fucking great songs. I haven't even gone into Once More Round the Sun yet. In my eyes, they haven't done a single bad album. They're one of those bands, they haven't done a bad album. If you don't like Mastodon, I don't get you. One. So, why is my number one pick? The list was a difficult one for me to put together, but there was always one song that was right at the top for me, and it had to be Sea Beast, again from Leviathan. This was the first song actually that blew me away from that album. Like I said, I didn't quite get that album to start with. I thought there was some great stuff on it. Blood and Thunder started things off nicely. I Am Ahab. Some great riffs on there, but again, nothing that particularly blew me away. There was a couple of different bits in the way the riffs were played that piqued my interest. But it was Sea Beast. When I heard that opening arpeggiated, creepy ass fucking lick. I'd play it for you, but I fear the copyright. The copyright is always watching. Just like Hearts Alive, as later on in the album, it just had me hooked. Got those weird time signatures with the riff that's kind of slightly off. Bron's impressive drumming, Bill's incredible guitar playing, Brent's incredible guitar playing. This one really highlights that great chemistry between Brent and Troy's vocals. I love Bron's vocals without a shadow of a doubt, but there's something great in those early songs. Dear Mr. Queeheg, you have been informed your life's been saved. You are not a black-hearted vicious mess, so has been claimed. If this is the beast pulling us towards the east with mighty waves, let us look inside, put out all your pride, you know it is up to us. Fucking great lyrics, man. Such great lyrics. They don't get praised enough for their lyrics, I don't think, Mastodon. I think they do some incredible stuff. There's a gradual build in this song, and it kind of conjures up this imagery of a sea storm, waves battering the side of the ship, everything going wrong. And then that riff. I'm going to have to finish this cowering behind a bush. I fucking love this song. I've been listening to it since 2004. And I never get sick and tired of hearing it. It's just such a great song and such a great album from a fucking phenomenal band. So that's my Mastodon top 10. Let me know what yours is. Leave your comments below. I'm sure you will. I'm sure a lot of you will strongly disagree with what I've said. To be honest, I could do this list again next week and I could completely change it, but yeah, these were the songs I guess I've probably had the most repeated play over the years. So yeah, that's that. The people approach, so I must leave. But if you can hear me above this tumultuous wind, both from external and internal, like the video if you liked it, comment, subscribe, share, let people know about the channel. Very fast approaching 1,000 subscribers. There will be a giveaway. I've just got to work out how I'm going to do that, but I will be doing a video on that probably next week, so stay tuned for that. Plenty more to come. Loads of fucking shit to come.